Hello, and Assalamu alaikum class. So we're starting with chapter 2, sustainability and human values, a sustainability ethics. Okay. In the 1962, Rachel Carson's book Silent Spring questioned the wisdom of the rapidly increasing applications of pesticides and fertilizers on the world's crops. She envisioned a world in which incautious application of chemicals to increase crop yield in the short term would undermine Earth's capacity to provide resources essential to human well-being, clean air, fresh water, and fertile soil. Carson's compelling description of the environment as a network of complex and interrelated systems is credited as a foundation of the modern environmental movement. Carson's idea that we need to consider trade-offs between short-term gains and long-term sustainability continues to resonate as we face the challenges of feeding a human population that exceeds 7 billion and continues to grow. Humans consume an increasing fraction of the world's land and ocean food resources and rely on technology intensive methods to do so. In addition to chemical inputs, diets in developed countries use great amounts of energy. See the insert over here that we'll discuss shortly. For example, the photograph shows an entire shoal of tuna caught in a pursing sheen and surrounded by a towing cage that will take them to a tuna farm for fattening and harvest. Making effective decisions about energy, chemicals, food, and the environment requires that we account for ethics and values, the subjects of this chapter. As you read, keep in mind these words from the Earth Charter, formulated in 1992 by representatives from 178 countries. Let ours be a time remembered for the awakening of a new reverence for life, the firm resolve to achieve sustainability, the quickening of the struggle for justice and peace, and the joyful celebration of life. You can see this huge shoal of tuna was captured for fattening and it would be taken offshore to a place where they would be fattened and then sold off. A study of the United Kingdom found that producing food requires nearly 5 times as much energy as is contained in the food. This chart shows how much energy is used for each 1000 calories, that is 4.184 megajoules of food consumed. So home storage and cooking takes 5.96 megajoules. Transportation and retailing takes 1.55 megajoules. Packaging takes 2.12 megajoules. And food supply, it takes 9.74 megajoules. The humans and their use of the earth. So sustainable development that we were discussing in our previous chapter as well. And we'll be focusing on this concept of sustainable development throughout this chapter as well. So our objective is how can we have a sustainably developing economy or countries or a world. Okay. Economic growth that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their needs. तो हमने sustainable development ये last chapter में देखा था कि we would provide the needs of this generation and we do not want to कि हम जो new generation है उसके needs को